we finally got to spend some quality time with our Scrapyard Save 383 yesterday. I'm sitting in here today because it's cold out. It's like 25 degrees. This is the first snap of winter and I'm just miserable. Besides the point. We got the car out a little bit, made a little noise with it. It got cut short. We didn't get quite as far as we wanted to. I'll explain that in a little bit. But for those of you who aren't familiar with this, I'll give you a quick recap. A few months ago, we bought a 383, 1971 383 that had been treated to all of the hot rod bolt-on stuff back in the 80s. And then the motor was just parked. So over the time, it rusted solid. It was a hunk of scrap. And we beat the thing apart. We refurbished it, if you want to call it that. We refurbished it using nothing but hand tools. We hand honed it. We knocked the pistons loose, hand honed it, drug the old rings out of the pistons. They were all locked in place. So we only replaced the parts that absolutely needed to be replaced. So it got a new set of rings and it got new gaskets, and everything else, well, for the most part, and everything else is reused from the original motor. So it's got the original cam, the original 8-to-1 compression pistons, completely stock heads, not touched, not ported, or anything like that. And the goal was to just see what it's gonna do. Our total investment, including the purchase price of the engine and everything we put into it, came to right about $675. So that's it. That's a total soup to nuts, everything in this engine. So we fired it up a couple months ago, everything went good, and then it got sidetracked because we started working on the dragster. Then last week, I went to screw around with it. It was a nice quiet night, good time to go out and play with it. And I ended up killing the battery, and we ran that video, right? But yesterday, we actually got out. So what we found, before we really started screwing around with it, we just beat it up a little bit to seat the rings. What we found with it was that it was dead lean. You know, you give it any gas at all and it would just fall on its face. So the stock jetting, the carburetor, we're using a 600 CFM double pumper carburetor on it, which is the same size as it would have been on it when it was new. The Chrysler, in 1971, they were using like a 585 CFM Holley on it. So, 15 CFM greater, for better or worse. But it was jetted like dead lean. So we went from the factory, the original 66s in the primaries to 72s. And at that point, we went to fire the engine at the, where it's sitting right now, and battery was dead. All right. So last night, me and Dr. Art headed out there, and the jetting made all the difference in the world. 72 square, all the way around. And she snapped right to it. Oh, also, I have to bring this into the thing too. We originally set it up with a Mallory Unilite distributor and a big yellow coil, and I accidentally killed both of those by leaving the ignition on overnight. So that was it. So now the car has just a stock 383 single point distributor in it and a stock 12 volt coil, a low performance coil, the same thing that would have been on that engine when it was new in 1971. So I was like, this thing has like no performance parts in it, honestly. The intake manifold and the headers. Everything else is just stock. And put together the way we put it together. Pistons in backwards, distributors locked out. And it's got open headers on it right now. So the plan yesterday was to do a couple of burnouts, just get a feel for the car, and then make a couple of runs against the draggy, just to see what it was going to do. So we did that. First burnout, second burnout, great. It comes right up, it sounds strong, but I could tell as it was pulling out of the burnout. So sat there, first gear, shifted to second, and then once I was in second, let go of the brake and then started driving it out. And I could feel as it was driving out that it just didn't have enough carburetor. That 600 CFM Holley is not enough. In spite of the fact that it's got the tiny heads, or stock heads, tiny camshaft, it still needs more atmosphere. So I know that's something we're gonna have to work towards. So we did a couple of burnouts with the thing, and it sounded good, it felt good. just as we were getting ready to get serious about, like, okay, let's see what it's going to do, numbers wise, we had visitors.
I don't know who that is, but they just pulled up there and stopped. Yeah.
So they didn't, of the legal kind. Only they didn't actually come up on us. They just kind of parked off on the corner and watched what we were doing. So at that point, it was like, okay, we're on the radar. And it was early yet. It was just at sundown. So there was still enough people around and enough things going on that we probably shouldn't have been screwing around it then and there. But there was the threat of rain, and I had to finish up early because we do a live every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So we wrapped it up early. I'm happy with the results so far, right? Motor doesn't skip a beat, doesn't leak anything, doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything, crazy. It's a $675 lump of cast iron, the fact that it runs at all in this day and age. I mean, think about it. That's what some people have in their freaking push rods. So I'm happy with the way this thing is going so far. I'm not going to make any other changes to it until we can actually make a couple of runs on the draggy. And then the next thing is we have to go bigger on the carburetor. There's no question we got to go bigger on the carburetor. So we'll try a 750 on it next. And then I want to try an Edelbrock. I have a 750 Edelbrock I want to drop on there. So I know that's what it wants, but we're not going to go there until we can get some numbers down. So next week or two, we'll get back out there with the draggy and see what she's going to do. But there you go. There's the update. I know. There should have been some sort of tangible result. It ran this fast, and yeah, I know. We did it again. I did it again. I let you guys down, but listen, right? I'm serious about this. Okay? Yes. We will make up for this crushing disappointment. Shirt's in our store now too. Yeah, you got to do a vlog, right? I'll see you tomorrow.